Are we workhorsing or what? We are back, and we are gonna be getting into another tournament in the SC community scene. This time though, it is the SEA Audai Weekly, hosted by OSC. So I have to. Sorry about that to AKG. I gotta change that one real quick. My bad there. There you go. My little mistake there in terms of the logos. But here we go with our first map coming our way, and it is going to be Eternal Empire. Really big apologies on the logo right there, but then we are gonna be getting into the game already. Round number 2 coming our way very quickly actually. So it's gonna be an interesting time here and now here in the Audai Weekly. But anyway, let's get it on. Let's get it done. Now let's get into the matchup. So welcome guys, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, we're doing it back to back, boys and girls. We're doing it back to back. That is 2 tournaments in one go, and we are a little late for the party, but round number 2 gonna be going our way. So introducing first, here and now, on the bottom left of Eternal Empire, it is the Terran player of Darkvoid. And his opponent, on the top right, you've seen him before here in the outside, you've seen him succeed, and it is going to be the red toss of JusticeSimon. So we've seen JusticeSimon before dominate in the Audai Weekly, and Audai, I keep forgetting how to actually pronounce it correctly, so pardon my mistakes there, ladies and gentlemen, but we are just getting into the action in just a bit. And this is the Audai Weekly. This is the tournaments that we also do on the side on Saturdays that we can. It is an SEA centric tournament that is hosted from Vietnam, and it has moved on over to the rest of the region. So yes guys, we are still live, we are still gonna go. And no, we are not gonna stop anytime soon, that's for sure. As JusticeSimon right now onto the top right, already gonna be setting up the standard of the Protoss, gonna be having that gateway, gonna be having that Cybercore, and we see a very defensive stance here and now from JusticeSimon against the Terran. We haven't seen, we saw a little bit of PvT earlier on in the quarantine tournament, but it's a little different right now, as JusticeSimon gonna be looking to try and keep things up. Twilight Council in behind as well, going for a higher tier of tech pretty quickly, and it does seem like he is gonna be investing into some gateway units at the very start. In the meantime though, it's Darkvoid right now, running on, and he's gonna be playing the Reaper into this one. And JusticeSimon looking to just get on it already. Here we go, do the cluster bomb, but JusticeSimon some really good micro. He brings the Adept towards that Reaper. Already tried to predict where he's coming to, and close but no cigar. Very smartly done there by the red Protoss. But Darkvoid able to get on at. Hope everything is a-okay in our broadcast. I do apologize that I do have to fix a few things on the stream. I just didn't want to make the players wait for too long into this one. Yes, but this guys is the Audai Weekly, and we are going to be getting into more and more of this action. They have a full bracket right here right now. Big shout outs to everyone who suddenly came on to join the Audai. But anyway, Audi? Is it Audai? Audi? Dude, I don't want to mess it up. But big shout out to Saris for helping me out at the last minute. Be like, hey, I'm available suddenly. I'm sorry it went late. And we are here to broadcast some of the best that SEA has to offer. But anyway, Darkvoid already set on up with that bunker. Puts it right beside the Orbital Command, making sure that everything is going to be fine and dandy for this one. But in the meantime, we'll see how this is going to pan out for our Terran player. Really going into that natural, as we do see Blink Stalker coming online very soon. It'll be interesting actually how it works out here and now for our 2 players. But yes, guys, this is the Audai, and we are going to be looking to get into this action very soon. So pardon my voice. Pardon big mistakes actually. I forgot to turn on the audio. Few mistakes, that's what doing back-to-back prod does sometimes, but I digress. No excuses, and we are going to be fine back into the action. So we are back, and we are good to go, ladies and gents. We're just making sure that all our overlays are ready for this upcoming matchup. And in this instance, it's going to be Darkvoid right now. We're going to go for a little count on the left-hand side. Here comes JusticeSimon right now. And we haven't been able to check out what these 2 players have. So it is going to be Bio here and now for Darkvoid. It seems like he is going to be trying to go for as many Marines as possible, trying to get into that bunker in the first place. But hey, hi, Colossus. And it's just hi right there. You know, we got some delay going on, and as the medevac getting caught, the Udamites right now trying to get the lock on, but JusticeSimon able to blink on away at the right time. Really quick instincts here for both of our players. You can see JusticeSimon really rocketing on that APM right now, but more and more stalkers now being brought on a line, and in the meantime, it's gonna be a warp gate here and now. Charge slots coming the way of the Protoss as well, and it seems like here for JusticeSimon, he's looking to really round up the whole tech tree in the Protoss Gateway Army. So what I remember again from JusticeSimon, if you guys don't know about him, one of the best that the Vietnamese region has to offer, one of the players right now of Alpha X, and he has been a rising star, honestly, being touted by the next big thing by some of the best SEA and Australian players in the scene. In the meantime, Darkvoid, I do want to figure out what his story is. I haven't been able to see him as of yet, but it seemed he was very gracious enough to help me wait on out, and I like that. I like people patient. I like people who help me try to fix things up, and big shout out to Darkvoid for being so solid there. So from what I know, from what I remember actually, I'm trying to get a little bit back into the groove. Darkvoid is a Singaporean player, and I've seen him actually compete before in the SC2 online. Not too sure if he played in WCG, WESG SC qualifiers, but I've seen him also his name around the system in OSC tournament. So Charles Darkvoid, Singapore versus Vietnam right now, and this matchup gonna be a good one, looking to brawl around into the region. But hey, hope you guys are enjoying, because we are doing back-to-back streams as Darkvoid right now gonna be going for that third base. Will be of course covered by that bio focus. And he does like playing that bio. We have two distinct Terran playstyles, of course, with the mech, with the bio, and both are very viable. It really just has to be what you are comfortable with. Raven right now from Darkvoid gonna be looking around as well. Detection plus the anti-armor, just such a big deal breaker in many fights. Assimilator in the meantime will be set on up as well onto the right hand side, and more of these gases getting taken. So far though in the odds eye, we got Oreo beating on Nux. We got Dark moving on into this matchup against Probius Jones, and apparently round 3 looking to get formed on up neutrals, taking care of Ranger Yang Neo against Shaw's. You play against Lamb, taking that one. Hydrea versus Ashen 1-2-0, and Sif Chase versus Chappie, giving a 2-0 there, and Tuklao against Nameless, that's another 2-0. So a lot of results already here and now throughout the brackets. And here in our Terran versus Protoss matchup, we haven't really been able to discuss many of the different nuances that we have been seeing, but there you go, another shot connecting. Darkvoid really giving chase and taking care of the stalkers, but this is JusticeSimon really wanting to apply pressure as well, going for a fourth base right here right now on the north hand side. Doesn't want to really overextend his reach, wants to play still on the defensive end, and this is going to be a good beacon to see any kind of flank with the medevac to begin with. So for JusticeSimon, he's making sure that the weaknesses that the Protoss might have in this map are covered. Observer on the right-hand side. I'd like to see him actually take control of the Cell Naga Tower as well. Gonna be a good way to make sure Siege Stacks are gonna be blowing things up. But here comes the Zouts already cleaving on in. They do have that charge, and they're just pushing onto those SCVs. Huge hits right here, right now. So all those SCVs gonna go down till Darkvoid actually realizes the situation, and frags on the board here. The Singaporean side will be able to get them revenge, but at the same time, still even more and more attacks here from JusticeSimon. That Warp Prism absolutely just so oppressive all around the map. Anyway though, it seems like we are not done yet, as Darkvoid has realized his potential and gonna be bringing everything together, but he did lose a lot of workers right there. He might want to go for an attack or a surgical strike sometime soon. But again, JusticeSimon, he just feels like he's so completely on point right now with everything he has all around the map. It's a big army right here, right now, waiting on for something to come. And he's going to be moving on over to the right-hand side. Probably going to be bringing in that Warp Prism. A number of High Templar actually in the side. And he's going to get 4 of them ready to go. If you guys need some help commands, if you guys need some help from updating his command, just hit me up on the chats, as we are going to be seeing the exodus right now of the Protoss looking to make it through to the other side. Anyway though, JusticeSimon trying to go for the push. There's one Terran, there's one lone Marine actually trying to survive by the Cell Naga Tower, but it just doesn't happen. And in this instance, it's JusticeSimon looking to work together. It's gonna be a big bulk right here, right now, on to the Protoss' side. And he's gonna be moving over to the Rich Vespine Geyser. Gonna be a brawl right here, right now. The Brawler going for a grenade shot. Kendo wouldn't mind get the burrow on in. Here comes the action going on, and the anti-armor connecting into the front line, but that's a huge storm there from JusticeSimon. Gets the zap on the AoE, absolutely. Just so strong. And a quick little hallucination of the Colossus to boot, just to get a little bit of clicking on, and in the meantime, these Wind of Mines getting in position. Huge storm though from JusticeSimon, vaporizing so many on the Marines side. Anyway, on to another base we go, and more expansions here and now. On Eternal Empire, seems like the best way to go about things is to keep on building, is to keep on expanding, is to keep on keeping on with what we got in the first place. But anyway, missile turret now gonna be set on up. Here we go with the medevac going to top up as well, and Darkvoid in the meantime looking to get in position with this Raven one more time. But JusticeSimon rotating, making sure that every single flank of his is covered. He is gonna go for extended thermal as a +1 right now. A pretty substantial army on both sides, and they're both getting to max out, but Darkvoid still behind on that work count. He's gonna need a little more minerals behind all of that to keep his Marine flow steady as she goes. And speaking of steady, Zealots just pushing on into the natural yet again, completely ignored by some of these infantry, and highly unfortunate right now. Darkvoid losing on out onto that worker count yet again. Just another surgical strike. JusticeSimon literally just needs to press right click one straight into that base, and it is just gonna be a push on in yet again. Vikings right now gonna be looking to drop on down. Here we go with the shots. Interesting rock formation here onto the right hand side, and JusticeSimon looking to really give chase. Darkvoid has used a little bit of that to try and make a wall, but it just isn't happening. And again here with the cleave on, and so many workers dying left, right, and center, as in the meantime, it's going to be the front line under duress. JusticeSimon having the advantage. EMPs though coming online. That's a huge one there onto the shield play, but it really needs to be some defense all the way back in the homestead. Darkvoid needs to get some substantial damage here or now, and he will just get completely neutered, because all his workers are gone already from the fight. 26 left on the list. This armor really trying to get that upgrade, but here comes the trouble, and here comes the Protoss looking for the set on up. Damage being done. EMPs right now coming online onto that high ground, but it's just a vaporization here and now, and JusticeSimon destroying everything. Darkvoid just running into the fire, into the fray, and JusticeSimon will take the first game here. There you go, guys. That is game number 1 set and done, and JusticeSimon gonna be taking Eternal Empire by storm. And that is literally the big point there. Just getting the storms on and getting the destruction, and pretty much destroying everything in the sightlines. JusticeSimon taking care of that one. Everdream LE will be next on the list here in this best of 3. Hey, you know, it's a pleasure to actually have the Aodai in. I'm just never giving up, aren't we? Yeah, double duty, English, and cast of. I'm just gonna promote real quick of Aodai Weekly number 30, as we are gonna be getting into game number 2. Seems like it's already time to get started very quickly, and that's it's a fun part actually of these SEA tournaments. Just keep on going. Stream live. I'm just like post real quick. Stream live at https://www.twitch.tv/DaksPH. I should really update on my Twitter more, but it happens sometimes. It's so difficult to really just get the bounce on. But hey, it is what it is, and let's get it on. Let's get done. Another match coming our way, and this is gonna be map number 2 out of 3 with the victory already under JusticeSimon's belt. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you are here and now in the Aodai Weekly. I'm your host Daks, and I am going to be casted 2 for today. Got some production going away as well, and this is a round 2 matchup in the Aodai. So we're probably going to be following this part of the bracket overall. I think that is going to be the way to go. But here and now on the top right, it is going to be the red Protoss. That is JusticeSimon, and his opponents. On the bottom left, it is going to be that blue Terran instead, Darkvoid. Darkvoid. So yet again, Singapore versus Vietnam. The Terran on the Singaporean side, the Vietnamese Protoss prodigy himself. And we will see what is going to be in store for us in this map. So for Everdream, it's very easy to wall on in, but this is a TVP, so we'll see what that is going to be unfolding for us. Darkvoid can get on a high ground, but here comes the Brawl. The SCV having that natural advantage, of course, with that extra HP, but in the meantime, the Probe can just run on away and get those shields back. For that scenario, here we go with the slam yet again. It's literally a tackle right here, right now, and in a matchup like this, every little bit counts. So JusticeSimon playing so smart already. He's blocking off wherever a Reeker can jump on in, and they have shown a lot of pedigree, a lot of knowledge, knowing exactly where to go on in the first place, knowing how to play things out, and has been pretty impressive so far for the Protoss right now, as well as the Terran, making some little micro plays. But there you go, in that previous matchup, really just making sure that economic lines of Darkvoid are completely destroyed, are just unable to really get anything done in the first place. And there you go, yet again, Darkvoid right now trying to build up this command center onto natural, JusticeSimon doing the same. And here we go with the Adept to try and get some mitigation against any Reaper openings or any Reaper timings from Darkvoid in the first place. Now the Adept is a twofold thing. You get rid of the Reaper, you go for the harassment, and it is a pretty good tool for the Scout as well. You can go for the Stalker, of course, if you want to have something a little more into the future base. But hey, look how these Glaives do get the shots on. Beautiful prediction though with the bomb going to be coming up on top. And it's Micro Frenzy here and now, but here comes the Shade. And it's a bait and switch. Surprise, surprise. This time, I'm going to get the backstab, and that is a Reaper blown to bits. Solid micro plays there from both of these players, but it is JusticeSimon standing tall. Speaking of standing tall though, it's going to be a bunker now set on up. Always a good way to play defensively on this Terran. Haven't really watched SC2 games before. They went by faster expanded. You'll be surprised. RTS games, StarCraft games can go really fast. And average right now is 10 to 15. If you guys can share the stream, they'll be really solid, because I don't really have time to promote it as we hop from one to the other. But Darkvoid right now going for the shots. Here comes a few more of these Marines going on the inside, and the Orbital Command, of course, getting a few mules along the way. So it's time for the Oracle push here on JusticeSimon's side. Here on Everdream, it's pretty easy to actually get onto the other side. It's not the biggest map whatsoever. Diagonal is pretty good. And of course, when you're on air unit, you just fly on everything and over everything. So we'll see how many kills JusticeSimon can get with this one, because earlier on Eternal Empire, it feels like Darkvoid just unable to really keep an eye out on his own workers. There were times he tried to go for the defense on it, but it was a little half-hearted, and he brought everything else back. A little case of his micro there, but it really cost him a potential future into that match, because with JusticeSimon really having the advantage there. That was pretty much a Soul Cyclone though from Darkvoid. Really good read from the Terran side, and just getting it lock on, getting the damage done, forcing the Oracle to back on out. Anyway though, here for JusticeSimon, he's already positioning himself to get a third base. Usually go for the pylon first, just to make sure he can get a warp cycle if need be. And at the same time, it's going to be a Twilight Cancel into the fray. So now it is going to be the Oracle, as well as some Phoenix flying on into the distance. They're going to be looking around to just get some Graviton Beams on. And with this as well, it's good disable to allow the Oracle to actually get the kills that it needs with the Pulsar Beam. Tit for tat scenario, and JusticeSimon going to be looking to build into the components of this one, to make sure that they can get the action on going. Potentially the main base is going to be the target here, and we are going to get cloaked on to the Banshees apparently here for Darkvoid. Is he even going to be building them in the first place? He has one in position, already transitioning on in, but in the meantime, there we go, Revelation. We get tossed on over, the Oracle feeling like it was going to die anytime, survives, and this is not going to work out here for JusticeSimon. Instead, let's keep an eye out on Darkvoid and his Banshee. It's going to be wailing on over, trying to get onto the north-hand side. And with his Banshee, getting that cloak at the right time going to be a big deal, but he's not going to wait for it. He's just going to go. Going for the shots already, and this might work out in a good degree. But here comes the recall, brings back the Phoenix as well as the Oracle, and it has to be Speed Racer looking to fly on in. Now the Oracle wants to get the Revelation off just in case. It's really just following, it's watching every single move that this Banshee is going to do. And there you go, Soaking Field even gonna get cancelled. That is so unfortunate. Darkvoid is like, I'm not even gonna bother with this. It's just not gonna work. I'm not even gonna try anymore. highly waste of time, unfortunately. But it is what it is. He's saving himself the headache of being, like, trying to make it work in the first place, because JusticeSimon gonna be on it like a bucket. And JusticeSimon now setting up pylon in behind just to make sure he can set up a cannon or two. In the meantime, here come more and more of these Phoenixes, Phoenix Eye, and we had this discussion before. If you cut off a limb of the Phoenix, does it grow back into another one? But StarCraft 2 has said no. They just explode and die, and the guy inside turns into an Inferno instead. Speaking of that one, there you go. Blue Flame right there. The Protoss Phoenix just exploding into the distance. Charge though. Coming online right here, right now for JusticeSimon. Gonna be making these Zealots even more potent to begin with. Darkvoid though jumping on down. And in the meantime, SCVs setting on up yet again. Zelda, all about the Terran right now, keeping the SCVs protected. And that is really the win condition here for Darkvoid. If he can keep up with his momentum and keep up with as much as the pressure he can apply, he can actually take a map here from JusticeSimon at any point. Really just destroy the opposition before the opposition destroys him. And it's going to be a pretty important part and aspect that Darkvoid will need to keep an eye out into the next parts of this match. Anyway though, more and more upgrades right here right now for Darkvoid. 1-1 with the combat shield. It's a really good timing actually for Darkvoid to go on the attack, but the big issue here is JusticeSimon is already looking to mitigate that extra damage. Has gotten +1 on the armor to make sure that these units are going to be a lot tankier against these Marines, against these Marauders, and in numbers like this, I think that is a right decision here for JusticeSimon. Instead of going for the +1 attack where you're still going to be doing like an extra amount of damage, sure, but only on single targets. Here with the armor, it mitigates everything these guys do by a factor. And it is a smart way to go about things, especially when you are going to be bringing other things into the table. The Archon's now looking to come online, as well as the Zealots. So Zealot charge lots into the fold. 8 minutes on and going for the attack. The lock-on though, going to be spotting out the Zealots all bunched up. And are going to be roaming around as well. Even JusticeSimon right now, sending in another wave. More and more of these Stalkers right now, keeping things up. Blink, it'd be online as well. In the meantime, here comes the push. Charge lots, getting out in front. That extra speed, getting in position. The Widow Mines right now gonna take the damage. JusticeSimon trying to figure out where he wants to fight. That's a little awkward there from JusticeSimon. He doesn't go for the force field instead, but will retreat after the Archons go for a 360 spin. And this is going to be time to evacuate. He has to sacrifice 1, maybe 2 different tanks, maybe even 3, maybe even all of this, because here comes the chase down, looking for the takedown. JusticeSimon going to stand his ground, going for the turn, a bad play. And surprise, surprise, he's cut off that DPS. What a position there from JusticeSimon. He used the rock in the middle to cut off whatever the Terra wanted to do in terms of concentration. And he's going to be able to get out of that one with a few more licks to the boots. Well played, very smartly done by JusticeSimon in this Singapore versus Vietnam matchup. And I was looking real quick again onto the rest of the brackets. Here in the outside, we do have 21 players on the smaller side today, but it's okay. Gonna keep it chill just a little bit. It seems like we're gonna be following this side of the bracket all the way to the finals. But anyway, here comes the fly on it. Darkvoid bringing in these medevacs yet again. Still keeping in the position. Force fields right now. Pretty huge actually. And there's the Stasis Ward. You've seen the Stasis Ward actually just get some effectivity here in the specific slot of Everdream. Gonna be another one here onto Darkvoid and the bulk out in front. But now the High Templar are already in position. And here we go with the Psionic Storm's gonna be raining on that. The lightning will connect. No sleepers right here, right now. It's all about the action. And it's all about the destruction there. JusticeSimon even gonna go for the Archon Warp out in front, saving those High Templars. Perfect timing from these Master Grandmaster players probably. If I remember correctly, JusticeSimon should be GM, but I may be wrong about that. I can check that one out later on when we follow him. Darkvoid in the meantime has to be either Masters or a GM, one of the two. But that goes looking pretty cool. We got a good amount of infantry right now here for Darkvoid in his side. But in the meantime, looking in position to try and get the load on in yet again. Now time to get the precision on over to the other side. And here and now, Darkvoid gonna be still staying at his own base. He can go for the expansions, that's what he's doing. Onto the western side we go. PF right here, right now. Pretty smart, because this base is very, very easy to lose. Very, very easy to get overrun. And in the meantime, JusticeSimon, going on the right-hand side, gets the load of those High Templars yet again. We've seen him do this before, and he might be able to just get the proper storms one more time. That'd be pretty scary, that's for sure. But hey, there we go with the scan already going for the charge on forward. In the meantime, there we go, the start step action looking to get onto the other side. And another huge hit. Another solid AoE spell. And JusticeSimon gonna be looking pretty dominant right now. 96 army to 61. Prime position to go for the attack. But Darkvoid still not out of this one yet. He has a good economy in behind. No annoying zealot antics right now. But he still needs to be the defense holding. At EMP though, really draining the arc on a lot of its HP. And here comes JusticeSimon dropping down the high temps. Look at that APM, just absolutely astronomical. 700 when he's going for the side stars. This guy's hands are just so quick. And this is what the Protoss can really do in the proper location. Unfortunately, War Prism though gonna get sniped on down. Open command will get traded though. And in the meantime, onto the high ground we go. And it's a charge yet again. But it's a good position right now here for Darkvoid. Can JusticeSimon actually come on through? The cascade is there. And it is a lot of the collision, but JusticeSimon will win this out as GG is called. Darkvoid cannot take the heat, and JusticeSimon will bring in the punishment. There you go, guys. Another one biting the dust. Well played there too, Mr. Darkvoid, but it just wasn't enough to beat out JusticeSimon and his onslaught. And that is basically the show there for our first round of action. I don't mind actually following this side of the bracket, so we'll just let's go for it. We'll just go for it as much as possible. Are we with Mr. Miyu? Yeah, there you go. Just bring me along. Just bring me along, Mr. Saris. That's all I'll need. Just bring me along for the ride if you can. Yeah, there you go. It should be fine. But there you go, guys. That's our results. And JusticeSimon with the 2-0 victory. This has been the round 2 action here in the Aodai Weekly number 30. And we'll be getting into another match very shortly. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. And it looks like our next match is going to be Oreo versus Quantal, actually. So it's a pretty cool rematch that I think we've seen before. So stick around, and we'll be back after this.